Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be learning about your 5 pillars. 5 things that it's all about you. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to be doing this together because these are the contents that you will be posting on your Facebook and your Instagram account. Because if you just post about Anomy, all about the business, all about the products, you're going to be that salesperson that people will run from you. Not You're not going to be attracting new customers, you're going to be repelling new customers because nobody likes that annoying salesperson. Okay, so how can you create a good content? Because you're adding people every day to your Facebook and your Instagram account, and as you add these people, as you're gonna share not only the new people that already not the new people they are on your Facebook and your Instagram, but the ones they are already on your account, and you're kind of ghosts followers because they don't really interact with you. So we're gonna turn those ghost followers and the new followers to real followers. Okay, they're gonna start real follow, interact with you, and from there they're gonna become either your customer or they're gonna be part of your team. That's the goal. Add more people, interact with them, make them a real follower, and then a customer or a distributor. So how can we do that? Get a piece of paper and a pencil. Let's do this together. So I'm going to talk a little bit about me. So what you see on my Facebook, I just be careful with the things that you share. Avoid the share button. Sometimes we see something interesting and we just share on our page. When we share things, actually you take the focus out of you and out of your business. So talk about let's talk about you without revealing any secrets. We do not, sometimes people say, but I'm a very private person. I'm not talking about sharing your secrets. I'm talking about how's your everyday life, and I'm going to show you how it is without telling any secrets and without revealing anything. So for example, about me, I talk about my children. I have a boy and a girl, and yeah, let me just I'm gonna give more information right now. We're gonna do this later. So I have a boy and a girl, so I talk about my children. Another thing that I do that people, if you look at my Facebook, you're gonna see something about Taekwondo, because we all practice Taekwondo. Another thing that you're gonna see, I like to talk about inspiration quotes. I like to do like women empowerment. I like to talk about women recognize that she's enough and she doesn't need to not she doesn't need a man, but I have like lots of people, just to share something with you guys. I have lots of people that come to me and ask for advice because again, I'm Brazilians, and my ex-husband, he's American, and many people, they're in the same situation than me. Many Brazilians married to Americans, and they are going through the marriage is not 100%. So they ask me for advice. I do not give any advice. Every situation, it's different. I don't know what's going on in everybody's house, so I do not give any information like that. But I talk about women empowerment. Regardless, you don't need anybody to feel empowered and to feel that you're enough, and you need respect, regardless if it's husband or wife, or if, even with your children. You have to respect your children. Your children have to respect you. So I talk a lot about this on my Facebook and even like on my stories. Something that I do. I love to read books. So I always talking about books, and we love to travel. Like, it's something, thanks to this business, we've been traveling a lot. We go to Brazil every year, and we spend like 60 days every time. One point, I even spend 6 months in Brazil, thanks to this business, because we can work anywhere in the world. So this is a blessing. So these are my top 5. Maybe you like flowers, you like gardening, maybe you like to go to the gym. You go to the gym every single day. Maybe you don't go to the gym, but you like to walk and jog on the street. Awesome. Whatever it is, maybe you into cars, maybe you like to cook, Maybe your thing it's meat, maybe your thing is dessert, maybe you're really good at making cupcakes or cookies, anything like this, plants, whatever it is. What are the 5 pillars that it's about you? Write it down, and then you're gonna make 5 line, not five, I'm sorry, 3 lines, and I'm just making different sizes because I'm gonna type here. So, for example, when I about my children, what are kind of things that I can do with my kids? Maybe I'll do some. We go out for a picnic or a restaurant, or just take them to ice cream, something like that. I'm gonna talk about this. So when you look at my Facebook, you know I have 2 children. I have a boy and a girl. Okay, so maybe it's something related with something that we did this afternoon. Maybe that's what it is. We also, I'm going to talk about the good and the bad, and have 2 children. It's good because they play together. It's a good company for both of them, but at the same time they are together all the time, and sometimes that's not a good thing because they start fighting or something like that. Or for example, girls, it's more expensive, girls are more expensive than boys because the girls has the makeup and the hair thing. Boys, you just buy a hat and that's it, so like the buying things for buying things, something like that we can talk about. All right, so for example, taekwondo. So what is one of the things that I always talk about taekwondo? We have our 3 tournaments a year. So we're talking about the tournament. How do you spell tournament? We talk about that. We talking about when we do our bell test. That's another thing we talk about. I even do like TikTok videos about it because I really like it. Or sometimes I just go over there and record and put on my stories when they are doing their classes, something like that. So inspirational. So that's what we were talking about before. What kind of inspirational quotes that I do? It's women empowerment or motivation. It's just more to like positivity, and it's just like one. It's a very short phrase that I do, and usually I just put a colorful background, and that's it. So that's something that I do. Books. What kind of books? What kind of poster can I talk about the books? Maybe I'll take a picture when I am at the pool and reading my book. So where I read my books. What kind of book are we reading right now? I read personal development. And maybe what kind, like I've seen a book but I haven't read yet, so I'm gonna ask my audience, hey, I heard about this book, it's so good, who has read it? Like does anybody have read this book? I want some input. You want to interact with your audience as well. It's not just like you throwing things, you want something from them too, like a conversation, right? Traveling, it's a beach, it's a mountain, what kind of traveling it is. For example, if I'm traveling outside my city, I've never been there, and outside my state, I'm going to talk to my audience. Oh, I am so excited because I just booked my trip to blah, blah, blah. What are the sightseeings that we can do with the kids? So people will give him all the tips. Instead, I'm giving the tips. I'm gonna asking for the tips, something like that. Another thing too that you can do is do interaction posts, which is you could be ask for tips for perfume. I'm thinking to change my perfume. I've been wearing this perfume for a long time, but now I want something different. What are you guys wearing? Or maybe I need a new hair salon. Go on a Facebook groups from your city, make these kind of questions, and then everybody who comment on your post, you're going to add them to your Facebook. That's a great way to add people to your Facebook. When you go on these groups, maybe mom's group or coffee groups or whatever, one of like inspiration book, just traveling groups, make a post over there. I'm planning to go and blah 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 in this time. What do you recommend? Or do you think it's better to go during the summer or winter time? Everybody who interacts with you, add it to your social media, because when you start posting all your lifestyle posts, as you can see, nothing this is personal, nothing. And when some people, they say, I don't want to talk about my life. I'm not talking about your secret. Nobody wants to see that. Keep it to yourself. We're talking about the daily activities that everybody does. Like, what's the harm in you sharing the book that you're reading? Well, depends on the book that you're reading. But after 50 Shades, I think everything is fine now, right? So, so when you start posting this, because that's what you want your followers to real follow you, and then between those posts, you're gonna be posting about Anomy. So it's gonna be here and there. 75% of your posts, I'm gonna write it down here for those who are the visual people. 75% of your posts, it's your lifestyle posts, which is these things here that we just did. Okay, that's what it is. And 25%, it's about Anomy. Because if you just post Anomy, man, it's gonna be annoying. And your followers will become ghost followers. And we don't want that. We want from ghost followers to real followers to customers and distributors. That's the goal. So these are your 5 pillars. I hope this is going to help you to create a content for the entire month. And then the next month, as you go and you get more interest, maybe we start developing different interests. Add to your 5 pillars so you're prepared. Organization is everything, because sometimes you have a day that you're super busy and you don't have time to post. But if you have already your 5 pillars and all your content laid out there for you, it's going to make it much easier for you to post, and you do not miss the rhythm of your algorithm. That's what it is. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you for today, and I hope you see you next time. Bye.